Hey, it's Rob Rush, and for the past year and a half now, you've heard this gentleman on our airwaves, and it's an interesting thing because you're starting out country, and now you've gone to rock. Your album "Quit" came out last year. Very rocky, very hard. Everybody loves you because you kind of cross all barriers. So please welcome to Long Island, Hardy.
That's a hell of an intro, man. Thank you.
Well, I got to do what I got to do when I can. Especially, we have a sister station that's a country station, and Kelly Ford is one of the jocks, and she's like a
Oh
big
yeah.
in country music. So she said, "I got to take care of you." So I said, "All right, for you, I'll give him the New York treatment." so,
I love it. I appreciate it, man.
2025 starting off to be a pretty good year for you, man. I understand you're about to be a father, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. We're doing let's see, 24. We're doing about a month.
Oh wow, cool! Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
And
very
I
sweet.
believe you found out it's going to be a girl, right?
It is. It's gonna be a baby girl. So we're really excited.
Congratulations. And in about 2 weeks, you got an album live from Red Rocks dropping. So I was told by Kelly, because I didn't realize this. Did you sign the cave there? Is that like a thing to
I
do? Sign?
did. Yeah, I did. I signed it kind of up around the sound, like the sound area, front of house area. There was a nice little open spot right there. But yeah, it's there.
What was it like playing Red Rocks? I mean, I've never been, but everybody always talks about how such an iconic venue it is. I think like the go-to album, everybody talks about it. I think it's Cheap Trick at Red Rocks or something like that.
Is
Oh
that
no,
the
that's
one that
Budokan. That's Budokan. That's Budokan.
oh, okay, okay.
But
Um
there's a notorious album for being live at Red Rocks, but I've never been, so you have to tell me what it's like.
It's awesome. I mean, it completely lives up to the hype. The people that go to that show are not just like Colorado people. Like such a legendary venue. I feel like people travel from all over the country to go. So I could sense the excitement from the fans just as much as they could sense it from me and my band. So I mean, the hype is real. The way it looks, the weather was nice. It was kind of chilly, which was really cool, in Colorado fashion. But it lives up to the hype completely. I mean, and I truly like I'm an honest guy. So if it felt like just another venue, I would tell you, but it did not. It was very, very much lived up to the hype. Very cool.
And it's coming out on February 7th. So if you're a Hardy fan, I highly recommend that you pick it up. And then any plans to come back and do some touring in the area? I know the closest that you got to Long Island last year was Jersey. So I don't know if there's going to be any New York or Long Island dates coming up. And are you touring at all this summer again?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm getting ready to announce my summer tour, but I wonder. I'd have to check it out. I know that if I played there, Jones Beach would be the spot.
That would be the spot. Yeah, there was a lot of construction going on there last year, and a lot of acts didn't get the chance to come through. I guess because when everybody was routed, they weren't sure what the status of the venue was going to be. But that is like the key spot. Have you ever played there before?
I have. I played there. Uh, God, I want to say three times. I think I played there as first of four for Florida Georgia Line, and then I played there with Jason Aldean, and then I think I played there with Morgan Wallen. I think it's three times, but yeah, it's a cool, very cool venue. I've got a video or a picture of me holding a big striped bass. I caught a big striper off the back of the venue, and I've got a cool picture of me
Did
when
you
I was
really
really
go fishing back there?
yeah, I caught a big striper or not a big one, but a nice striper, and I'm holding it up in front of the venue. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And when you came here, did any of the food stand out to you? I know being from Mississippi, New York food is a little bit different, but did you try the pizza? Did you try anything that was over
Yeah,
here?
I specifically do you just mean New York in general or the actual music
Just
venue?
the
Because
actual area. Did you try anything? Was there
um
anything sampled?
you know what? Actually, when I did a show, like a radio show, and my radio rep and I stopped at a deli, and I think it was somewhere. I think it was like in Amityville. I can't remember, man, but uh,
Did you go to the house if you were in Amityville? Did you go
no,
past
I
the
made her
house?
drive me by it. Yeah, I was like, we got to go by the house. But I had it was a really good deli, and I can't remember, but I had a really good sandwich. But yeah, dude, I love New York food. I mean, I've there's a little spot called Ruby Rosa, and I can't remember if it's in Little Italy, but it's just a kind of a little hole in the wall spot in the city that is like it's the best slice I've ever had. But I've never had a a slice in or on Long Island. So I'll have to try that next time.
Well, next time you come here, we'll make sure that you get the tours of all the haunted houses here on the the island.
Dude,
Plus the
the
food.
Amity House is crazy. I mean, I know the movie and all that, but I've done a lot of reading on that. That's some intense stuff, man. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, around here, everybody probably just looks at it as you're annoying the neighbors once you get off of Montauk Highway onto Ocean Avenue. But it is if you're into that stuff, there definitely is a destination to stop and see what it's all about. I know we have limited time, so I guess my next question to you is, you collaborated with a ton of artists. Like I said, people that are listening to the Shark, our radio station, they may not be familiar with your collaborations with Morgan Wallen and Lainey Wilson, that you wrote a bunch of songs for Florida Georgia Line. They might know most of the stuff from Quit with Chad Smith and Limp Bizkit. I mean, Snoop Dogg, you just did stuff with Snoop and Dre. Zach Wild, you worked with a while back. But if there was one bucket list artist that you would want to collaborate with, like let's just say in the rock genre, who do you think that would be?
Trent Reznor.
Trent Reznor.
Yeah, I just I don't know what it would be. I would love for him I would just like to do something creative with him. I I don't know. I don't know what it would be. It wouldn't just be like a feature though. I wouldn't want him to just like sing on a song. Like he's such a legendary producer that I would love to really do something creative with him, and I'm not quite sure what yet.
You could do a whole album. Why not?
That would be insane. I don't know if he even knows that I exist, but I want to start working on that soon.
I think you keep doing what you're doing. He's going to probably hear about you if he hasn't already, man, because you're doing really good. And, one of my favorite songs that we played by you is Psycho. And that's hysterical, because there are people out there that especially around here. Maybe it's like a Long Island thing or a New York thing, but there's always guys that were like, I can't let her go, man. She's got to stay with me, or that's it. I'm gonna go crazy if she leaves. Have you ever had any? Have you ever had any? I don't want to call it psycho interactions, but have you had any interesting interactions that kind of mirror the lyrics of that song about a fan coming up to you?
Oh, a fan.
Like almost like we were talking about Snoop and Dr. Dre, almost like an Eminem
Stan.
Stan kind of song. Yeah.
Uh, God, I mean, I have not had anything that was super memorable yet, but there are definitely some like my security found a girl hiding under a tour bus one night. Um
That's
which
pretty
could have
dangerous.
yeah, could have been horrible, but aside from just the normal crazies, thank God I have not had anything too psycho yet. But man, I've heard some horror stories, so I'm looking out.
Like
But
nobody's showing up to your birthday party in their underwear yet, so that's good.
no, not yet, not yet. Hopefully unarmed if they do. But no, not yet. But as long as nobody gets hurt, I wouldn't mind a nice crazy fan experience at some point. I think it'd be fun.
And again, live at Red Rocks is going to be coming out February 7th. I guess I'm going to put you on the spot here because your love of both country and rock. And if you had to choose, this is going to be tough because I know you just mentioned. So let's say Nine Inch Nails or Florida Georgia Line. If you had to have one of these collaborations happen, and you only had one collaboration for the rest of your life, who is it going to be?
Nine
I know
Inch
you've done
Nails.
stuff with them in the past. Would
Nine
they
Inch
get mad at
Nails.
you for not
Easy.
doing it in the future? What would it be?
Nine Inch Nails all day. No question.
Ooh.
I know the FGL guys. They'll be all right.
All right, what about
That
like classic country? So like would you go Alabama or Aerosmith?
I'd go. I would go. I think I would go Alabama on that one. I love Aerosmith, but I think I'm going Alabama there.
All right. How about you mentioned them in one of your songs, so we'll say Big and Rich or Nickelback.
Nickelback. I think the Nickelback thing might happen soon anyway. So
Oh, all right. That'll
that'd be
be
cool.
you could do like a whole like Sinatra and all those older acts. They did like the duets album back in the 90s. You could do duets
Yeah.
with Harvey. You could get
I don't know
Trent
why
Reznor.
somebody hasn't done that yet, man. I feel like it's time for something like that to happen again.
Well, make it happen, man. You got some time coming up after the
That's
baby.
true.
You work on some songs while you're, getting some sleep deprivation from staying up, from feeding the baby.
I've already talked to my wife. And I was like, I'm when it's my turn to watch the baby, I'm taking her. I'm in my studio. I'm gonna take her up to the studio, and I'm just gonna put my headphones on and keep an eye on her. I'm just gonna work on music the whole time, just to keep me from just sitting there, you know.
Well, that's awesome, man. Again, congratulations on the birth of your upcoming child, about the success that you've had this past couple of years, both formats. You're killing it. The new album, Live at Red Rocks, coming out on the 7th of February, and you're one hell of a guy, man. I appreciate you, and hopefully we'll get you here on Long Island sometime soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'll have to double check, but I have a feeling we'll be up there soon, so we'll see. But thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother, you take care.
All right, cheers.